So in a second, Yvonne Kirnbauer will be here, and she is the Chief of Administration from FYS Nordic World Ski Championships 2019 in Seefeld, and she will be talking about creating successful and long-lasting partnerships and events. Ta-da-da.
All right, thank you for introducing myself. As she said, I'm the head of administration for the Nordic World Ski Championships in Seefeld 2019. But honestly, I started to work in the sport event branch since I was 16 as a volunteer, and I kind of grew up in the sport event area, and now I'm working there and have the fun to be part of these championships in Seefeld. Normally, I'm working as the General Secretary of the World Cup Nordic Combined in Seefeld, which takes place every year at the end of November. My presentation now should tell you something of creating successful and long-lasting partnerships. And to work on this topic, I need to go back a little bit further in time. Actually, we start at 1964 and 1976 when Seefeld hosted the Olympic Games, and they hold the Nordic disciplines like ski jumping, Nordic combined, and cross-country skiing. So we had the chance since then that we show the world the Nordic competence of the city Seefeld. In 1985, we hold the FIS Nordic World Championships the first time, and it was a tough year. We didn't have a lot of snow, but as we all know, in winter sports, snow is always a matter we have to show on. Then you can see the milestone here, 1985 and 2003. There was a long time nothing happened in Seefeld, so it was a kind of decline of the Nordic sports. But in 2003, there was the point where we got a new mayor, we got a new chairman of the sports club, so a lot of things changed. There was the decision that we want to show the world again that Seefeld is a Nordic competent area. So we started like a second period in 2003 and started to organize an annual World Cup Nordic Combined. Then in 2005, we had the chance to organize the Universiade, where about 1,000 athletes or 1,000 students were competing in Seefeld in the Nordic disciplines. And now a long way gets closer and closer. 2013, we were announced to be the highlight of the Nordic Combined season with the Nordic Combined Triple. You can compare it with the Four Hills tournament at the ski jumping discipline or the Tour de Ski at cross country. Maybe some of you know these events. Then in 2013, we started to think of bidding for the Nordic World Ski Championships. And luckily, we had the chance to get it, and we were elected to be the host in 2019 after the first try, which was really surprising, and we really had a lot of fun with it. So now we are there, 2019, the FIS Nordic World Ski Championships in Seefeld, and it comes closer and closer. But come back to the topic, I was asked to tell you something about long-lasting partnerships. But to be honest, at the sport events, it's something different than to economic companies. In sport events or in events, as we already heard, more often the most important partners are the volunteers and the workers behind the event. So in Seefeld itself, we have the local club with the experienced staff who volunteer for our event. That's why I want to mention this for the long-lasting partnership. Then, of course, the tourism board in Seefeld. Seefeld is a touristic area, so we do have a lot of hotels, we do have a lot of touristic partners. We need to get into our event as well. And then, of course, from another angle, it's the National Ski Association, the teams, the athletes, who need to be with us to create a fantastic event which we can show the world. I want to first start with the, in my opinion, and in more opinions already said, local club and volunteers from all over the world. What do we need to get those people? First of all, of course, we need to start with the chairman of the local club, the enthusiastic chairman who has a goal in his head. So as I said, he was elected in 2003 and we started over all again. But of course, the members, we need to have them willing, we need to have them motivated on our side as well. And what is important as well, a vision, a mission, and a goal. In our part, in Seefeld situation, the goal was the Nordic World Ski Championship. How do we get there? Or how do we can bring the volunteers to our event as well? First of all, I already said, the common goal. Probably it wasn't the event, Nordic World Ski Championship itself, but it was the goal that we want to show the world that Seefeld is a city with a Nordic competence, that you can go skiing in Seefeld, cross-country skiing, of course, a ski jumping, we have a biathlon area, everything, so Seefeld is a sport area. Then as we heard as well before, we need to create memories for the volunteers, for the sport staff. We need to tell them what they're doing here. We want them to come back every single weekend for different events for youth, etc. So there's a must to create memories for the people helping us. They need to be part of the event. We need to show them that they are important, and we need to show them that we need them at our event. So also there's a thinking, how can we take the strength of the people at our event? I think it's really important to ask the people what they want to do at the event itself, what they want to work, because only with that we can create memories, good memories, and we use the strength to make the event better and to bring the people back every year or every event. Of course, it's teamwork, which is important as well. We need to tell them that we have respect. They are important for us. We need to show that it's really good that they are here. And of course, the gratitude. I want to show you some pictures that you get an impression of what we are doing in Seefeld. Here you can see the ski jumping hill, so it's hard work. There are several volunteers helping us in different areas, and we really need them for every single part. But as I said already, tourism is really important in Seefeld as well. We need the willingness to support us. It means the hotels, the infrastructure, they need to have the willing to help us to create a fantastic event. So it's the willingness, it's the sympathy about the sport, and it's the flexibility. Who do I mean exactly? I mean the hotels, I mean the infrastructures, and I mean the inhabitants. With all those, we can have the chance to make a good event. How do we achieve the long-lasting and successful partnership regarding tourism? In my opinion, and what we did the last years, the personal contact is the only thing you really need. You need to go to the hotels, to the owners, to the inhabitants, and tell them what's your goal. You need to show them why are we doing this? What's the reason why we want to have this event in Seefeld? So you need to have the time to go to them directly and tell them what's our goal. We need to develop a concept together. We need to make a give and take base. So we need to show them that we can give them something they didn't get without us, and the other way around. So we need to work together. And of course, we need to give them the confidence that this is right what we are doing. They should trust us. And now I want to come to the last part of really important partnership for us in Seefeld for the sport event. That's the national ski associations from all over the world. We want them to come back to Seefeld every year, every training camp. We want to have them in Seefeld, and how do we do that? We show them friendliness. We want to give them the Tyrolean hospitality. We want to show that they are really welcome in Seefeld. But of course, there need to be the professionalism, the quality and the flexibility. But probably the most of you know that the athletes need to have flexibility. It depends on the weather, it depends on health, it depends on how they get to Seefeld. So you need to be flexible every single day, every hour. But still, we need to be professional, and we need to show them that if they are coming, we bring them a perfect condition, we can offer them a perfect jumping hill, perfect tracks. And this should be seen every time when they are coming to Seefeld. So it's the continuity we need to show them as well. But of course, these are just those 3 to 4 facts I just told you. It's more facts are important to have in our event organization. There are stakeholders. It's important to have money. It's important to get the city into the event. Of course, the umbrella organization above us, the sponsors. So there are more facts to bring together to have now the road to Seefeld 2019. I want to now show you a video which helped us to win the bidding in 2014. Actually, only 17 people saw this video so far. So it's an eternal video, and I now want to show it to you. So this was the argument we showed to the FIS, who they elected us for the World Ski Championships. And here you can see the motto, hand in hand, let's celebrate a Nordic ski festival. I told you volunteers, tourism, and teams are an important part of our events, and we showed this as well in our motto. Hand in hand, we want to work together, we want to do this together, we want to be on the road to Seefeld 2019 together. But as well, we want to create memories, we want to celebrate together, we want to have a Nordic ski festival, so it should be really something perfect, something special for the people, and we want to show the world that we can do it as a good event. So at the moment we are right on the road. It's 81 days to go. We have still a lot of work to do, but still we are good to go. We are just can't wait to start the championships. And what is the result of our long partnerships? You can see it here. We do have the 5th Nordic World Ski Championships in 81 days. We do have 250 sports club volunteers. We do have 800 volunteers from all over the world. We do have 700 athletes from all over the world, from 60 nations. What, at the end, to sum it up, successful and long-lasting partnership is a work, but it's a nice work. But you still have to do it every day. You need to know how important the volunteers are. You need to know how important the tourism is for us. You need to know how important it is that people are coming to Seefeld and living with us hand in hand the ski festival. That was from my side, so maybe you have some questions. And otherwise, I would sum it up and would be really happy to see you there as a volunteer, as a fan, probably as an athlete. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
As far as I know, there is at least one volunteer from this room who is going to Seefeld.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Paavo.
Paavo is going. Paavo is Estonian representative, almost ambassador in Austria. But the audience, do you have questions to Yvonne? Who are going to watch the World Championships on TV?
At least on TV, yeah.
Everyone. Okay. Who is going to Seefeld? Paavo, you. You're living
perfect,
in Seefeld.
Anita.
There are definitely many Estonians going, and there are about 4,000 Estonians who go into Alps every year to ski, including me. So it's a cool place to go because we don't have that big hills here. We do have hills, but not that big.
Not that much.
If you count it in millimeters, then it's quite high, but if it's in meters, then it's a bit not that big.
Maybe I have one question.
Okay.
What
please.
happens after 2019? What's the next thing?
Actually, the next thing, which is really good for us too, that we can show that we do have sustainability, we're going to have the World Masters Games in January 2020. And of course, the World Cup Nordic Combined. And we do have several FIS Cups in cross-country, Nordic Combined, and ski jumping. So we're good to go.
I wanted to ask, what are the events you are learning from?
Actually, the last World Championships like Falun or Lahti, we had the chance to be there as a study group. In Lahti as well as workers, so we were volunteering and shadowing the Lahti crew, which was great. And of course, we're going to several sport events to have a look how they do it, because the events you always learn something and you always find a way how to do it better, differently. So we're trying to get...
So it's not only skiing events you're learning but you're learning from others as well?
No, actually we are learning from others as well. I'm really impressed of the world run because I can't imagine how much work it is to do it all around the world when I just see our Seefeld with that amount of volunteers and stuff. So I think there are a lot of events to have a look at and to learn from.
One day we will do 1 day ski jumping day globally. Everybody jumps.
Probably. Me not, I'm sure.
But okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much for the
give a big applause.
possibility.